Venus in the horoscope, they can be usually, the only aspect they can have is be together in the same sign. And you can see if they're together in the same sign, which is called the conjunction. When you go to my birth chart calculator at AstroLada.com, for which I'm putting a link here, enter your birth details and go to the main big chart and see if you see ME, which is an abbreviation of Mercury, with VE, which is abbreviation for Venus. If they're together in the same square or triangle, which means they're together in the same sign, it means they influence each other. So what happens if you have Mercury with Venus together in conjunction? Well, this is a great combination to have. Both planets are friends to each other. They help each other's agenda. This makes some of the smoothest talkers, some of the most charming talkers. Mercury is the speech, how you communicate, how you express your thoughts, and Venus is the diplomat. It will such people will dress up their words beautifully. They can be very good at oratorship. They can be very good at making jokes. Venus is the planet which loves, they will not be biting, hurtful jokes. They'll be really clever jokes. They'll be really enjoyable jokes, and they can be very good at charming others. Some of the men, most charming men I've met, also women, have Mercury Venus together because they can just charm you away with words. They can say you such wonderful things that you just melt there. They just know what to say to bring out the best in you. Unless, of course, there is another planet with Mercury and Venus which can aggravate that, like the Sun, which will agitate their way of talking, or Mars, make them much more biting, and a bit more vindictive, or Saturn there, some of the planets can break this harmony between Mercury and Venus. But if it's just the two of them together, you have this great ability to communicate, to express through them, or orally, to express what your thoughts are. And these people might love reading books, because Venus is what we enjoy doing a lot, and Mercury is book, Mercury is knowledge. They'd love to gather information, they'd have a lot of different information for a lot of things, because this is something which brings them pleasure and joy. Mercury is also the planet of our siblings. So when it's together with Venus, our siblings often have, we have good relationships with them. Mercury is our friends and teammates. So such people can have very good relationships with friends, very good, very attractive friends as well, kind, loving, supportive friends, or more friends, female friends, because Venus is the female energy. And Venus is also the planet of love. So friends, which is Mercury, can help us a lot during problems in love. They can be there for us, giving us advice, helping us make our mind. So if you have Mercury, Venus in the horoscope, advise your friends ask your friends for advice about your relationships, about the matters of the heart, to help you make up your mind. Venus is the planet that makes decisions. Is that worth it? Should I buy this dress or that dress? Such people can really be helped by a friend or a teammate to make up their mind as well, when they're making choices. Mercury is the skin as well, and when Venus helps it, such people can have lovely skin, unless Mars is also there, which can make it more oily, more susceptible to inflammation, or some other planet which can, dry the skin like Saturn. But usually Venus, Mercury just together will give a lovely skin. Mercury is, they say, the hair as well in ancient astrology, so this can also give good hair to the person. And Mercury is skill of the hands, and Venus is art, beauty, seeing harmony. So such people can be amazing craftspeople. They can be amazing at drawing, at playing instruments, because Mercury is all those skills you do with the hands, doing pottery, doing anything, drawing, pottery, crafts, sculpture, playing an instrument. These people will be great at the technical side of this. They can be great at learning an instrument. I'll highly recommend it for people who have this, because these are natural artistic people, naturally skilled at the artistic expression. I'm not saying that it's not necessary that they're some art critics or something like that, but they have the skills to do this. Often it's seen also in artists, not in actors. Mercury-Venus combination. Venus is the planet of amusement, of entertainment. Mercury is the planet of skill and craft. So when it comes to, and speech as well, so these people will be very good at remembering and saying speech, of presenting it in an amusing way. Comedians sometimes are actors. So in many actors, this is a combination you will see Mercury with Venus together. So quite artistic combination. And let's talk a little bit more about relationship, what Venus means. Such people would often, especially Venus represents the woman in a man's life. So such men will be quite successful with women when they have Mercury with Venus together, because of their ability to charm the woman through words, because of their craftiness as well, because of their wittiness, and because they'll make friend out of the woman, they'll make her relax well. And also, if you're a woman with Mercury Venus, this helps a lot in relationships. Unless the sun is also there, it will agitate also the relationships, but Mercury will help Venus anyway. And it also means, as I said, that our friends can help us overcome difficult periods in relationships. And also it makes Venus being the partner and the type of relationships, and Mercury being a planet of playfulness, of playing games, of mutual interests, of finding topics, conversations. So such people are kind of blessed in their relationships, that they attract people they have common goals, and not goals, common interests to share with. Maybe going to the theater together, maybe watching the same comedy shows they like, maybe bungee jumping together. They'll often have similar interests, which also helps to strengthen the relationships, and they'll have good communication with their spouse and partner in their relationships, and often they can fall in love. Venus and Mercury people, they can fall in love and they can be attracted by people who are good with words. Basically, people they can communicate with, people, and not necessarily go into some deep conversations, but they can go as well. But someone they can have a constant banter and exchange with of information with, and do things together, be and not so much creative even, but have fun things together. These people can have fun with their spouses, because Mercury is the planet of games and play. And they can be good friends with their spouse or with their partner in their relationships as well. Often such people, even after they break up relationship, they can keep friends with their partners, with their exes as well. They can keep a good communication with their exes. Unless, of course, there is like a really planet which suppresses this, like Saturn, and dries up this communication. Venus is also, let me think a little bit. Venus is also the planet of social conduct, of social etiquette, and what is acceptable in society. So when Venus is held by Mercury, and Mercury rules the rules of the game, how it's played. So these people can be really good in social situations. They'll do the right things, they'll say the right things. You can take them out in dinner and present them to others, without worrying that they're gonna in some way embarrass you or do something wrong or be unsociable. So they're great for also organizing events, for being in a social circle. You can take them to any social circle and they'll present themselves really well in those situations. They'll know what to say, they'll know how to behave, even if they're from a lower social structure and class. They'll quickly adapt and learn the rules of that social circle or that peer group, And Venus also is the planet of beauty and fashion, and Mercury is the manager. So such people I've seen very often when they have Mercury Venus together, they can be great organizers of of the beauty industry, managers in the beauty industry. They can work in the beauty and art industry as well as managers, as organizers. They can do some of the best organizers. For Venus is fun, Venus is amusement, Mercury is managing, organizing. So they can be some of the best party managers and organizers, throw great parties as well. So these are some of the ideas and the possibilities when you have Mercury Venus together. Great to have in any horoscope. It immediately shows really charming person. But in some occasions when Mercury and Venus are together in the 7th house or in the 8th house together, this can be a combination of someone who has a lot of relationship but settles down later in life, or even never marries. They might just go from relationship to relationship because it gives quite a desire nature, strong desire nature for exploring all the time different relationships. Because Mercury is constantly curious, Well, Venus wants, something to be relationships. You need to be stable there. And when it's in the 7th house or in the 8th house together, which are the 2 partnership houses, this is, again, I repeat, one of the combinations of someone who has a lot of success in relationships, but marriage, they're not so good. They might not even marry, or if they marry, usually comes a bit later in life. So thank you very much.